From News Channel 15, you're watching News Channel 15 Tonight with Kyle Peach. This is News Channel 15 Tonight.
Hi, good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Kyle Peach. Here's a look at what's going on. Our top story tonight, 3 people were sentenced in Lawrence County Circuit Court. WAKO says 36-year-old Stephen Johns of Lawrenceville was resentenced on a charge of burglary after reportedly violating probation. Johns was sentenced to 4 years in prison to be followed by 6 months of parole. 43-year-old Wesley Perry of Lawrenceville was sentenced to 4 years in prison on a charge of aggravated battery to be followed by a year of parole. And 39-year-old Joshua Hall of Hillsborough, Illinois, was sentenced in Lawrence County to 2 years in prison on a charge of aggravated driving while license revoked. That'll be followed by up to 6 months of parole. Elsewhere tonight, Carmi police arrested a Robards, Kentucky man after he allegedly bruised a 3-year-old girl's bottom. 25-year-old Ethan Hicks is charged with domestic battery after the Monday incident at the Stewart Street apartment complex in Carmi. He was taken to the White County Jail. Also, WRUL reports that Carmi police yesterday arrested 69-year-old Leland Roast of Carmi on a failure to appear warrant in connection with a retail theft charge. Rost was taken to the White County Jail. Fairfield police responded to a 2-vehicle crash Thursday night on West Delaware Street near Petroleum Boulevard. WFIW says preliminary reports indicate a passenger car and truck were involved. Both vehicles were headed eastbound on West Delaware. 2 air evac helicopters airlifted 2 patients from the scene to an area hospital. The Fairfield Police Department continues to investigate that accident. Meanwhile, at this week's District 348 school board meeting, administrators reviewed standardized test scores. District Testing Director Aaron Croft and Curriculum Director Michael Brewer said, generally speaking, test scores have improved. The class of 2033 took standardized tests for the first time as 3rd graders and saw 10% of students meeting or exceeding state standards, while 34% met or exceeded state standards in math. The class of 2032 saw their 3rd to 4th grade English language arts score move from 22 to 36% of students meeting or exceeding expectations, while their math scores dipped from 36% of students meeting or exceeding to 29%. The class of 2031 saw their 4th to 5th grade English language arts improve from 24% meeting or exceeding standards to 49%, while their math scores also increased from 24% to 25% meeting or exceeding. The class of 2030 saw their 5th to 6th grade English language arts score increase from 33% meeting or exceeding to 43%. Their math scores also increased from 5% meeting or exceeding to 12%. The class of 2029 saw their 6th to 7th grade English language arts scores increase from 17% meeting or exceeding to 30%, while their math scores fell from 13% meeting or exceeding to 8%. And finally, the class of 2028 saw their 7th to 8th grade English language arts scores increase from 9% meeting or exceeding to 20%, while math scores fell from 10% meeting or exceeding to 3%. Elsewhere tonight, the Wayne County Board met last night. WFIW says the board approved spending $19,000 on a generator for the coroner's office, just shy of $95,000 for new software for the treasurer's office, just under $29,000 for digitization software for the county clerk's office as well. The board approved a $5,000 donation to the Fairfield Park District for the pool fund. Treasurer Yvette Anderson updated the board on tax collection and distribution. Anderson will finalize the second tax distribution, which should be released early next week. The board discussed early retirement incentives but did not approve them due to the high estimated cost of just under $950,000 for 8 eligible employees. The board will also look further into the potential implementation of a grocery retail occupational tax in response to the governor's executive order abolishing the grocery taxes. Brian Williams from CSI Insurance appeared before the board and presented the insurance proposal for the county, which was approved, and the board appointed reappointed to 3-year terms on area drainage districts. Ernest Sork for Big Mound, Ray Glover for Elm River, Roger Mann for Golden Gate, William J. Vaughn for Leech, and Jamie Pollard for Woods. Meanwhile, Carrie Halbert was reappointed to a 2-year term on the Illinois South Tourism Board. Overall, grocery inflation has eased in the past year, and some centerpieces of the Thanksgiving table will be slightly less expensive. Karen Kafa in Washington with our Consumer Watch.
Thanksgiving shoppers will face ups and downs in prices this year, starting with the meal's centerpiece, the turkey. After a few years of price fluctuations, Wells Fargo says fresh turkey prices are largely unchanged this year compared to last, with name brand turkey seeing a 2% decline in price from 2023. Michael Swanson, chief agricultural economist for Wells Fargo, says conditions have improved for turkey farmers as the impact of avian flu has eased.
They got through it mostly, but the good news is feed prices are way down. We've had a couple of really good harvests on corn and soybean meal in this country, so they can actually feed the birds for less.
Stuffing, however, may be a more expensive sell, with name brands up 9% and store brands up 3%, with Wells Fargo citing trailing labor and transportation costs.
It's one of those things where we're still seeing a little bit of inflation mixed in there.
And cranberries saw a bigger crop this year, pushing supply up and name brand prices down.
We see about 2% more cranberries produced this year in the United States, according to the USDA. That always helps. So we're seeing brand prices down 3%.
Acknowledging consumers' post-pandemic inflation fatigue, major retailers like Aldi, Sam's Club, and Target are all offering meal deals for gatherings of 4 to 10 people. A survey from Butterball found that 98% of consumers expect inflation to impact their holiday plans, up from 79% in 2023. Still, more than half of those surveyed didn't plan to make changes to save money. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
And stay with us, more to come tonight. A look at your weekend forecast straight ahead, and then sports. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Andrea Lull from Robinson, Illinois. For my first appointment, I knew I chose the right orthopedic center. The day his surgery went like planned, registration went smooth, pre-surgery, and the nurse made me feel very comfortable. I'm currently 3 months out of surgery. I don't even feel like I had a total hip replacement, but I am having a much better quality of life with my new hip. WGH, we're going home.
Southern Accents, the ultimate Tom Petty experience, coming to the Brubeck Arts Center November 22nd. Southern Accents at the Brubeck Arts Center Theater, Friday, November 22nd at 7:30 p.m. Scan the QR code for tickets or visit the Wabash Valley Arts Council Facebook page.
One of the things we want all of our customers to make sure of is that if you do install a generator, make sure that you have a properly functioning transfer switch. And a transfer switch will make sure that the generator is disconnected from utility service, and that protects your equipment and also protects all of our crews working on the line. If a generator is not hooked up correctly, it can send power back through that transformer, and then it can be high voltage in a dangerous situation.
Welcome back. It's time to talk weather here tonight. Nothing showing up on the local scan of radar. We're not expecting to see any rain, at least toward the very end of the weekend, but we have had a hard time getting rid of the cloud cover, and still a good bet that we'll see some more clouds this weekend across the area. Checking our numbers on this day, 56 degrees was our high this afternoon, 47 our morning low. That is about normal on the high side for this time of year, a little warmer on the low side. But again, those clouds have been hanging around the area. Here they are as we take a look at our forecast map, and this model really kind of giving us a hard time getting rid of the clouds even throughout Saturday, although a lot of the forecasters are expecting to see a little more clearing on Saturday afternoon. Maybe some more clouds on Sunday. We've got another system that's going to be bringing us rain early next week that could start after midnight Sunday night. So again, we'll keep an eye on that for you, but it could be a partly sunny, if we're optimistic, weekend across the region here tonight. Looking at mostly cloudy skies. Overnight lows will be in the low 40s on this Friday night. Then as we look at your Saturday, again, a mix, we think, of sun and clouds. Hopefully, we'll see a little bit more clearing Saturday afternoon, but that will be tough. Highs will be in the upper 50s. Generally speaking, near 60 degrees in some locations. Saturday night, partly cloudy skies at best. Overnight lows will be in the low to mid 40s across the region. And then on Sunday, I don't think this is an accurate map here. We're not expecting to see rain on Sunday. If we do, it would be after midnight Sunday. We think we will see a mix of sun and clouds, though, throughout your Sunday. High temperatures will warm into the low to mid 60s, and your extended forecast, we're going to keep those partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies throughout a lot of the weekend. Highs to the mid 60s Sunday. Chance of rain in here after midnight Sunday through the day on Monday, 68 up to 70 Tuesday with a chance of widely scattered showers, and then a pair of cold fronts will move through the area Wednesday through Friday. Temperatures will plummet back to seasonal type temperatures Wednesday and below normal. Coldest air of the season in here next Thursday and Friday. That's your forecast. Sports is next.
Get Black Friday deals at Steve Faulkner Automotive. New 2024 Ford Expedition up to $10,000 off, and lease a new 2024 Ford Escape as low as $347 a month. See them all at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com. It's Black Friday sales all month at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get a new 2024 Dodge Hornet, now $12,000 off, and 2024 stylish Dodge Durango, now up to $12,000 off MSRP. Come in and get yours today.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Christmas comes to Mount Carmel, Illinois, Friday, December 6th from 4 to 9 p.m. featuring carriage, train, and Rudolph rides, or take the City Lights Trolley Tour, photo ops, story time with Mrs. Claus, music of the season featuring jazz and dance, make your own take-home ornaments, or enjoy the s'mores making station. Even visit Santa himself. And yes, it's all free. So much shopping, food, and family fun at Christmas Uptown. And on Saturday at 5:15 p.m., it's the Lighted Christmas Parade. Download the app at ChristmasUptown.com.
At the First National Bank, we're proud to be a part of this community, serving you with dedication and a smile.
Our team is here to support you, offering financial solutions to meet your needs.
Whether saving for your future, financing your dreams, or managing your everyday banking, we're here to help.
Thank you for choosing the First National Bank.
And as proud supporters of our local teams,
we wish you the best of luck this season.
The First National Bank, your local bank, supporting our local athletes. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
And welcome back. It's time to talk sports. We begin with high school football. None of our local teams are still in action, but there are some area teams in the quarterfinal round of the IHSA football playoffs. In Class 1A, KZ Westfield travels to Belleville-Althoff. In Class 2A, Johnston City hosts Pana. In Class 3A, Nashville travels to Tolono Unity. Benton travels to Monticello this weekend. As we transition to high school hoops, the high school basketball season just around the corner. Girls basketball tips off next week in the region. The Mount Carmel Lady Aces will open the season Thursday on the road at Benton. Carmi will host Lawrenceville next Thursday as Eric Dixon returns to take over the reins of the Lady Bulldogs. Meanwhile, Lawrenceville will open the season Tuesday, taking on Flora. The Fairfield Lady Mules open the season against Newton on Tuesday. Hamilton County will open the season Thursday at home against Massac County. Edwards County opens the year Thursday at home versus Cumberland. Wayne City will host Weber on Tuesday, and the final girls basketball game in the region, for a debut anyway, North Clay City opens at Oblong next Tuesday. Action already underway at the junior college level in junior college hoops this weekend. The Wabash Valley Warriors men's team, they're sitting at 4-2 on the year, and they'll play Saturday at Moraine Valley. The Warriors beat Moraine Valley at home on opening night, 78-72. We'll see if they can keep it going. Meanwhile, the Wabash Valley Lady Warriors are ranked 4th in the nation. They're 5-0, and they'll play Moberly at Vincennes tonight. And then Saturday, back at Vincennes, they'll play Owens College. In other Lady Warrior news, one of the top players in the nation from the Warrior roster, Beautiful Wahid, has announced that she will play next year at the D1 level at St. John's. Meanwhile, the Olney Central Blue Knights are 2-3 on the year. The men's team plays Saturday at Wilbur Wright, while the Lady Knights sit at 1-3. They'll host Kaskaskia in the Dungeon on Saturday. And that's going to do it. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kyle Peach from all of us at News Channel 15. Again, we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you back here next week. Good night.